I have never talked about this moment like this. I did want to share it with you because I think that it is a really hard thing that a lot of people are dealing with that doesn't get acknowledged. The ambiguous grief. In my late 20s, there was someone that I was with, my partner, that we were, talking about marriage. We were planning our futures together. And at around that time, my father was dying of cancer. And I was going through a really hard time because my dad was my rock. And unfortunately, what ended up happening in that relationship dynamic is that that partner ghosted and disappeared without a word. What I want to share is that I am someone who's lost a lot before. I've lost people, my dad being one of those people in the end, unfortunately. And the hardest kind of grief that we go through is the kind of grief that doesn't have a way forward. What do I mean by that? So the difficulty with this kind of ambiguous grief, especially grief that often looks like grieving someone that's still alive, grieving someone that you didn't lose fully, right, to death or a passing or something like that, is that you're stuck in this limbo. And that's what I noticed, is that by that point, I wasn't unfamiliar with loss. Like, I was able to process loss. I had the tools and I felt equipped and I could move my heart forward if I wanted to. Or you stay, I used to think of it almost like stay back in terms of keeping my heart with the person in the dynamic relationship. But in that particular case, I was stuck because there's no closure one way or another. There was no, hey, I'm out, peace out, right? Like, sorry, it's not going to work out. Nothing like that. It was just a disappearance. And when that happens, you are holding on to the hope that maybe something could change. So you're not moving yourself forward, but you're also really hesitant in staying back because there was a lot of harm that was done. There was a lot of pain that was there. And you're not sure yourself if it's a dynamic that you want for you. And so that limbo is what makes it the most painful. That limbo is what makes it feel like it's impossible. And that is the kind of grief that so often we don't talk about. And it's not only in the context of relationships. I think that for people where they lose their children, like I cannot even imagine like that kind of limbo where you just keep looking and you keep searching and it's always there. And it is the worst kind of grief because it's not the kind that you're able to get any reprieve from for a really long time.